The elections that were held over the weekend in the occupied parts of Ukraine have drawn harsh criticism from the West, with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken calling them nothing more than a propaganda exercise. Elections are being held in the Ukrainian regions of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhzhia by authorities installed by Russia. The Kremlin is reportedly looking to increase its influence over the partially governed regions it forcibly annexed a year ago. According to reports, the Russian embassy in the United States defended the local elections held in the seized parts of Ukraine and charged Washington with interfering in its domestic affairs. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, was criticized by a Ukrainian official for ordering the shutdown of his Starlink satellite communications network in Crimea last year to prevent a Ukrainian strike on Russian vessels. Elsewhere, as world leaders gathered in New Delhi for a G20 conference that was expected to be dominated by the conflict, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said on Friday that it was not his place to advise India what position to adopt on Russia's war in Ukraine. The EU Council imposed penalties on an additional 6 people on Friday, alleging they had violated ethnic groups' human rights in Crimea severely. According to a statement from the organization, the people on the list include 2 FSB agents as well as prosecutors and judges who work in the courts that Russia's occupying force in Crimea established. According to an interview with India's ANI news agency, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak said on Friday that it was not his position to advise India on how to feel about Russia's conflict in Ukraine. When asked about India's position on the war, Sunak responded, "It's not for me to tell India what positions to take on international issues, but I know India rightly cares about the international rule of law, the UN Charter, and respect for territorial integrity." Sunak arrived in New Delhi on Friday in preparation for the next 2-day G20 Leaders Summit. The remarks come in response to a Financial Times report that indicated Sunak planned to encourage Prime Minister Narendra Modi to call out Russia on the conflict. According to AFP, the Danish armed forces said on Friday that the first shipment of Leopard 1 tanks that were donated by Germany, the Netherlands, and Denmark had arrived in Ukraine. The initial 10 tanks have arrived in Ukraine. And more are on the way, according to a statement from the Danish armed forces. Additional 10 tanks had been delivered from the facility where they are made, it was stated. Germany, the Netherlands, and Denmark said in February that they will contribute 100 German-built tanks in the coming months. An official from Melitopol told the Associated Press on Friday that people are essentially being compelled to cast ballots in elections staged in Russian-occupied regions of Ukraine. Along with Donetsk, Luhansk, and Kherson, Melitopol is a city in the Zaporizhzhia region that is under Russian control. Melitopol was taken by Russian forces during Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Regional elections started on Friday and will last until Sunday. Melitopol Mayor Ivan Fedorov stated about taking part in the vote, "When there's an armed person standing in front of you, it's hard to say no." The mayor stated that there are 4 parties on the ballot, but that only United Russia is promoted on billboards. According to Fedorov, it appears that the Russian authorities are already aware of the election's outcome. According to the Interior Minister of Ukraine, on Friday a Russian bombing in a village near Kherson left 3 civilians dead and 4 others injured. A post on the messaging service Telegram reads, "The enemy shelled the Kherson region, Ir Klemenko," according to a Google translation. He continued by saying that 1 guy and 2 ladies had died. Russia launched 16 drones overnight in the Odessa and Mykolaiv districts, but Ukraine's Air Force shot them down. According to a post on the Telegram messaging app that was Google translated, the governor of Odessa, Ola Kuiper, declared that 14 Shahid drones of Iranian manufacture had been destroyed nearby. This was the 7th such attack in the area in a week, he noted. Although there were no confirmed injuries, Kuiper claimed that a residential building had been completely demolished by drone debris. Reuters reported that 2 further drones were shot down over the Mykolaiv district. Zhang Guoqing, Vice Premier of China, will go to Vladivostok, Russia, from September 10 to 12, when he will attend the Eastern Economic Forum, the Chinese Foreign Ministry announced on Friday. Moscow and Beijing have kept their economic connections strong despite Russia's invasion of Ukraine. According to Ukrainian authorities, a missile strike in the city of Kryvyi Rih resulted in 1 fatality and at least 25 injuries. 1 person was killed and numerous others were hurt after a missile struck an administrative structure, according to Serhiy Lysak, chief of the Dnipropetrovsk Regional Military Administration, who made the announcement via Telegram.